are reports of some Americans using instant foam, like Sika spray, on war-aligned businesses' bathrooms and vehicle intakes.
Perfecto para marcos de puertas, ventanas, techos, muros y lo que necesites.
Yeah, I'm not talking about making it. I'm just saying styrofoam doesn't do well in engines. And the byproduct lights really well. What's up, y'all? It's Crash Dummy, former Intel analyst and current Nepo baby ransomer. You can find me on the socials at Black Market Coalition. Today, I'm going to have a talk with you about the shenanigans stateside and the update on the war with Iran, and a little bit of random stuff that might pique your interest. We've had at least 19 reports of fires breaking out at warehouses, lumber yards, Tesla dealerships, and possibly a Raytheon building. The vets know why that one is so wild.
A suspect hurled an improvised incendiary device at a Tesla sales office in New Orleans, igniting a massive fire and torching the front of the building. Investigators say they're looking into whether it's part of a bigger pattern now of violence against big corporations across the country. We're also learning more about the man accused of throwing a similar device at OpenAI CEO's home, Sam Altman. A reporter with the Free Press says he spoke with that man accused of throwing that firebomb. The suspect, in an internet chat, previously suggested he was interested in Luigiing some tech CEOs, which is a reference to Luigi Mangione, the man charged with murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in broad daylight in the middle of Manhattan.
The common theme is big business, and business burns good. Even Australia is having oil refinery fires. The world is in reset mode. Some Americans want a parable of a sower-style ending, while there are reports of some Americans using instant foam, like Sika spray, on war-aligned businesses' bathrooms and vehicle intakes. Y'all are funny, bro. I am so happy to be alive in this time. For no particular reason, just because y'all are really funny. Congress has 14 days to approve a war in Iran or pull our troops out of the Strait of Hormuz, according to U.S. law. This is due to the 60-day limit on the use of troops in a manner that hasn't been approved congressionally. Meanwhile, Congress has AIPAC's thumbs up their asses and hasn't agreed on a war powers bill yet. Oil prices dropped, but that's because the government is spending your tax dollars on this economic war. They are buying oil commodities at their peak, which means you are still paying high prices for oil even if you're not driving right now. This is taking place as inflation is on the rise, and a new report indicates that the destruction of the oil infrastructure will take at least 2 years to reconstruct. Now's a good time for solar and wind, huh? Iran has warned that it is going to block the Red Sea, likely using the Houthis. This comes as peace talks fail between the United States and Iran, and Saudi Arabia has started to pipe oil from the west to the east into the Red Sea.
Iran's military warned Wednesday it will expand its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz to include the Sea of Oman and the Red Sea, unless the United States ends its naval blockade of Iranian ports. Iran's threat of escalation came as U.S. Central Command said its naval forces have completely halted trade going in and out of Iran by sea, with at least 10 vessels forced to turn around so far. Meanwhile, the White House said it was optimistic about continuing negotiations between the U.S. and Iran after a high-level Pakistani delegation arrives in Tehran seeking to lay the groundwork for a second round of talks with the U.S. Pakistani officials said they're expecting a, quote, major breakthrough, while a spokesman for Iran's foreign ministry said he remains skeptical.
The Trump administration has approached GM and Ford about mass-producing weapons in the United States. This will sink yet another industry into the war machine while Americans are struggling to pay their bills. This is likely due to us wasting our ammunition on Iran. The war machine gobbling up all of our production is going to leave at least a couple bruises on the U.S. supply chain when this is all over. The best thing we can do is produce and provide for each other. You can sell business to business or direct to customer on the free black market. And with only 3% commission, you keep more than if you sell on Etsy, Shopify, or Amazon. Sign up at freeblackmarket.com. And speaking of the black market, Russia's waiver to sell oil and gas is expiring soon, which is a win for Ukraine. And I welcome the high gas prices if it means that my money's not going to yet another war machine with this fucking Red Dawn bullshit. The Trump administration is beefing with Pope Leo and the Catholic Church again, all while LARPing crusaders in the Middle East. The commander-in-chief is breaking our country along the cracks. The end is nigh. There's no turning back now. Let's get this party started.
No más. Con Zikaboom, llenas, sellas y aíslas como un profesional. Es una espuma expansiva multipropósito que se expande, sella y aísla en minutos. Perfecto para marcos de puertas, ventanas, techos, muros y lo que necesites. Se aplica fácil, se adhiere fuerte y resiste todo tipo de clima. Un hueco, un escape, una grieta molesta. ¡Boom! Problema resuelto. Zikaboom.
Also, direct action means maybe you need to be throwing some dildos. I didn't say throwing, I'm sorry. Holding, playing. The dildo distribution people. Yeah. You haven't seen them? Go to closertotheedge.com. I'm going to put the link in there that shows you the whole thing that they're doing. It's amazing. But they're using these. And they've got thousands of them now because they realize that they're so effective at warding off these ICE agents at Whipple in Minneapolis. And now around the nation, they're giving these away to people. They're passing them out because that absurdity in the face of this toxic masculinity seems to be the one thing that gets these ICE agents to back off. It actually works. So I want to help them get those donations for the thousands that they've bought. Also, the thousands were donated to them as well. But for the ones that they bought, they need to get that money back, and they need to keep this going because it's working. If nothing else, just to piss off those ICE agents. Email me, politicaldrain@proton.me. politicaldrain@proton.me. You email me, say, I want to donate, and I will give you the instructions on how to do so because the time to fight is now. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.